Hi everybody, Howard here, and this is Lounge Academy. You probably can't hear me very well. Here's the mic. This is Lounge Academy, and we've got. I'm just here. I'm going to practice a little bit, and not only practice the piano, but practice being on YouTube. We stream every Friday nights from this place called Lounge Academy. We do 4 hours of the Great American Songbook with a whole cast of lounge cadets join me, and I'm playing with the controls here as I talk. I'm not used to this. Well, why would I be used to this YouTube interface? Oh, this is the hair cam, so I could check to see that my hair is parted. And here's the various cameras, I'm using this camera as a security cam. So I left it on. It's kind of fun to look at the booth outside. That's our ticket booth. And usually it's another camera in here when we do our Lounge Academy parties on Friday nights. Those are on Facebook. And if you're interested, I'll put the link on later because anybody could join. So the idea of this is I'm going to do a half hour of practicing without I do this I try to do it every day. This week has been bad. So was last week because I opened up another enterprise and it's been kind of keeping me busy. So I'm really happy to be here to do this. So I was just going to go through my routine, which is to mindlessly practice for a half hour. I do other things too, but part of it, the most important part is this, where I just play, and it's mostly repetitious of things that have developed over the years from doing this. But every time I do it, I make some inadvertent mistakes or slips or whatever. There's all kinds of mistakes, fortunately. And I've learned that to embrace those mistakes because they're more creative than I could ever be using my imagination. And they lead you in new places that become part of the big ball of whatever it is you do every time you play. And then, so you get a sound, you kind of get to recognize your own voice. And then when you do songs, like from fake books or, whatever you like to do, I do the Great American Songbook stuff, so I kind of stay stylistically within that with my workout. And then when I perform a song, whether it's a request that I'm winging it from a fake book, or if it's something that I play as part of my repertoire, or a new song I'm learning, you just pour in you, because it's all the stuff you do when you're not playing any song, because it's very restricting when you're playing something, because you're trying to follow the roadmap, you're thinking of all these things, and then there might be people listening. It makes you self-conscious. But you're just juggling too many balls to really find out what you sound like. So don't worry about chord progressions. Just do all, I do like a lot of, turns out to be a lot of 6-2-5-1s in a few different keys. Most of these songs are only in a few keys, so I don't worry about it, but I learn the chords for all the keys just because a lot of the songs take you through some modulations within the song, so you want to know how to do that. But anyway, I'm just going to do it because I was going to do it anyway, and then I thought I'd throw the YouTube on. Jim sent me a message, a friend of mine, and he said, "When's your next class going to be on YouTube?" This was like just when I was sitting down. So I said, okay, I'll just turn it on, but I'll try not to talk too much this time. If you look at my, believe it or not, if you look at my prior videos that talk about the lesson one, you could watch those and I describe it all. So I'm just gonna play. Now I might do some songs. If you feel like doing them, do them. The important thing is to do whatever you want, because then you're into it. You shouldn't force yourself to do that. As you can see, it's important, not with my philosophy of this is you purposely, you don't want to sound like garbage on purpose, but I don't try to be, I don't rehearse a lick, and I don't worry if it's clean or not. You know, if you're stumbling onto something new, some new idea, it's not going to be clean, but it's the idea that's more important than the execution, because as you keep going day after day and year after year, I found it comes together. And then when you want to play clean, because it matters, you can. But you've got more to say. Unlikely event, somebody wants to comment. I'm gonna concurrent viewers, that's probably me. I'll write hi. No one's going to see this. They might see it in reruns, though. Rerun Jim's going to be watching, right, Jim? Trying to be tasteful. I'm purposely overplaying because my half hour it's my technical workout too. So, you know, in case you're wondering what I'm, you know, why it looks like Reefer Madness or something. Remember the piano scene from Reefer Madness? Phone is rebooting itself. I put it to sleep. to constantly remind myself of, it's very important, I want to make sure I'm as my muscles are, as little tension as I can, because that's so important for all of us. So I pay attention to that. You know what I do? If I feel any tension, you know what I mean. You know what it feels like when you get any kind of tension, even if it's subtle. Hopefully it's subtle and not major. But even that's subtle, when you feel yourself doing something, I do it again and try to imagine I'm playing it without the tension. I'll repeat the phrase that caused me the tension. This has helped me a lot. It's the second time you can do it without tension much easier, because you kind of know what you're doing and you can turn it into like a whole motion, Doing this live is interesting because I have to fight off, and I am successfully fighting off, the temptation to make sense out of all of this, or to try to play it like it makes sense. So I'm trying to stay true to myself and become pretty random. A lot of little routines that I've developed over the years of doing this. And I try to remember, to include them and be a little repetitive with those. So I know that I can count on them. A lot of chromatics. I try to practice my chromatics like half the time I'm doing this. You get a lot of mileage out of those. One thing about being mindless, see, when you practice this way, it doesn't interfere with your ability to talk to people. So you can talk to people when you're playing, and you can just switch into this mode, and it just goes by itself. In handy. I just say hello to whoever's out there watching. I just saw the numbers go up from 1, which I think is me, to 2, which I guess is you. We're doing a half hour of mindless piano playing, just to develop our own sound, and then we'll pour that into songs later. Somebody said something. I'd like to welcome Ken McGuire to Lounge Academy practice session. The old days. Pretty soon you're going to see Dr. Ken McGuire right here on this side of the lens. Waiting for Farrington to come in and yell at me. McGuire's watching from the University of Alabama, so he can steal my licks. Right, Ken? there's two of us here. This is Lounge Academy. Lounge Academy for two. Sponsored in part by Buffalo. I'll show you. I think you're seeing Buffalo now. I can't see my monitor, my live monitor. There's the Buffalo billboard at the starting line of what was the Buffalo Marathon last week. Right across the street. Right in the street, for crying out loud. I never did this with people watching before. If you count as Ken as people, knockoff Steinway. This is a Welty Mignon. Yeah, that was Paul Farrington's line. You have respect for we got to get him over here when you're in town. The guy's great. Down. Here's another routine, this thing. Trying to get our money's worth here. Play as many notes as possible. My hands feel strong from turning wrenches over at Buffalo. Some more chromatics in. If you can do chromatics, you own the world. We're already 18 minutes into it, ladies and gentlemen. At least on my clock. When are we gonna get there? Guess I should end it once in a while. Trying to think of random chords to make myself do things I wouldn't do. Magic 8-ball chords, whatever pops up. That's a new thing I never did, whatever the heck that is. Sort of unwinding the hands. minutes, 34 seconds. Thirty seconds on my clock on this one. All right. So that's the way that works, for better or worse. But you know, my hands feel great. I mean, this is like going to the gym for me. In fact, it is going to the gym for me. It's as close as I get. I'd like to say thanks to the University of Alabama at Tuscaloosa for participating in this experiment we call practicing. And we'll be looking forward to the next time. Leave your comments, and if you like it, give me that finger that's there, that thumb, or the other one. And tune in on Friday nights if you want to, if you want to join a real life reality TV lounge piano party. It's reality piano bar. It's an experiment. I'm working up a concept. We've been doing it for a long time. So it's actually pretty well developed. And anyone watching could join it on Friday nights from 7 to 11 Buffalo time. That's New York time, East Coast. Friday nights, 7 to 11. Well, the trick is you got to go to my Facebook profile. And if anybody asks, I'll put it on here. It's afterwards. It's facebook.com/Goldman Howard. That's all you gotta do. My name's down there, so just put my last name first and put it after facebook.com/ anytime between 7 and 11, and you can join the party. Sit back, relax, make requests, get to know our lounge cadets like Professor McGuire. Finger gymnastics, yeah. It is. You know, between wrenching and my day gig that I just started, and these 30 minutes does amazing good. If I do these every day, get back on track, I don't have to worry about anything. Okay, we'll see you later. Thanks, Ken, for joining us from the university. And watch the episodes in July, everybody, because Professor McGuire is going to be coming up first class on a jet sent by the university, and he's going to be here enjoying the party, and then we've got a little educational program we're going to do the following day on Saturday, and you'll see that here on YouTube. So, bye, everybody. This finger is going to make me disappear into the ether.